Actual.
And don't forget that it is like you said, they threw people in like Amanda Waller.
Oh yeah, of course. Who?
Angela Bassett as Amanda Waller, who's supposed to be this big, heavy set, you know, like African like woman, you know, whatever. But but Angela Bassett as a, you know, it doesn't work.
Who was it? The one who was playing as love interest? Because honestly, I don't think that she could act.
Oh, she couldn't act with a lick. I don't even know her name. I mean, she's some model and stuff, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But she was supposed to be Star Sapphire, Carol Ferris, his love interest, and now she was window candy.
Yeah.
Not eye candy, but window candy. Keep it distance.
Oh yeah, certainly. You just had like no emotional response from her. Like even it was just like, oh my god, that something's gonna happen kind of thing. It wasn't like it just never kind of like with a superhero movie, especially when they're in a relationship, you've got to have that two juxtaposition, like someone who's just like very earthbound to someone who.
Well, even with Superman, you know, Lois Lane was always like in trouble. You know what I mean? There's always like, will he save her, will he not? You know, like that best scene in Christopher Reeve's Superman when she's hanging from the helicopter, you know. I mean, Richard Donner just knew about trauma, you know, and there was none of that. I mean, I think there was so much CGI that, you know, Ryan Reynolds just phoned in his lines. You know? I mean, he did a great job in Buried. Yeah. I mean, so he proved he can act with Buried, but then, like, you know, this movie, you know, it
seems to be resting just on his name, really, Ryan Reynolds' name, to drag the people in, as it were, kind of thing. Like,
I don't know, it dragged them out, really. I think it really dragged them out, you know. But, I mean, like, you know, my favorite one, you know, is that happened already, and then we'll deal with the new ones coming up, is Thor.
Thor, oh, that's the one. I haven't seen that one.
What?
No, I haven't.
You're fired! Get down on the sugar on the phone.
Oh, man.
Seriously.
Because it was kind of released, kind of like, almost like an offshoot story. Like, Iron Man had such a big kind of promotional, kind of mainstream thing behind it. And then when Thor came along, after things like The Incredible Hulk, which I've only seen, I admittedly haven't seen Edward Norton fully. I've seen like bits and pieces of it which I've strung together from internet clips, and Captain America ditto kind of thing. Like, I just haven't got round to seeing.
Do you not work in the theater? I mean, seriously, that's one of the things he's here
for. Less than a year, I have been working in a theater. Less than a year. So,
fine, all right, okay,
yeah.
All right.
When
let's not get personal.
Yeah.
Point about it is Thor, amazing. All right,
okay.
You know, get it on a download, because we will like talk about downloads as well. I mean, Thor was just like, it was the tantamount film. I mean, be honest, you know, nobody stabbed me, please, but I don't really like the Iron Man films. I mean, they're okay, but I don't really like them.
First one, how could you kind of say that? Because the first one really kind of like reinvented it and brought her into a reality, kind of like earthly, and then it also had so many cool CGI effects, like especially.
I don't like it because of CGI, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I love Robert Downey. I got man love for Robert Downey. Just like I got man love for Chris Hemsworth. But like the whole point, and I'm proud to say it. But Iron Man just doesn't do it for me because, like, one, he's always got to take the mask off. You know, he's always got to, you know, take off the mask. You know, he's always got to tell the jokes and then everything like that is good. I mean, no, alright, like, Iron Man 2, best thing, Black Widow. Iron Man, you know, I loved how they went all the way back. Even though they updated it in Afghanistan, they went all the way back to him inventing the armor, which went back to the 60s when he was in Vietnam. So I love that. Actually, I do like the first Iron Man. I didn't like the fact that they had to change the brothers out. You know, I mean, Terrence Howard playing, you know, Rhodey, and then bringing in Don Cheadle to play Rhodey, and then getting to wear the War Machine. You know. But, okay, look, alright, I like Iron Man, it's okay. But Thor was excellent. First of all, I love Asgard, and I love the Warriors 3, all of that was awesome. You know, I loved him coming to Earth, like, nice, great comedy, the introduction of Hawkeye, all of that stuff was just excellent, you know, the Rainbow Bridge. A lot of people talk about Idris Elba as Hemdell, you know, what's up with a black guy being a god. Listen to my blog on that one. But the whole thing about it is that Thor was just amazing from beginning to end. The only problem, and Marvel does this all the time, is I love Natalie Portman, but not as Jane Foster. It was kind of like child molestation now. I know she's a woman. I know she's been to college, but her looking like this tall, and Chris Hemsworth being about this tall, it looked kind of weird.
Yeah,
looked kind of weird, you know. And they barely kissed. I mean, Kat Jennings awesome, totally. But it was just a great movie, and I just loved how, you know, the Destroyer came in, and Craig, you gotta get this movie.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
on the downloads.
It's on the watch list.
It's on the downloads, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Thor was awesome. It was awesome. It ended awesome.
Coming back
as
to
well.
the fact that they cast Natalie Portman in it, is she was a great genre fit. The only problem was the size difference really between the two of them, because Natalie Portman has also been in V for Vendetta, which was also like a comic book series, graphic novel.
And don't forget the 3 new Star Wars claps. She's been in those.
Yeah, but you don't really credit them as being Star Wars,
I had to,
really.
man.
Like,
I mean, somebody has to.
I mean, the re-release of Episode 1 was just awful earlier this year. Like, nobody... I'd say about like a fifth of the people who came to see it first time round even came to see this one, and even then it was
Do you not have any love for Star Wars?
I have a love for the first 3 films because I used to watch them again and again.
Before you were
again.
born, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they happened before I was born, so I had them on videotapes, which are now worn out because I watched them so many times. But the thing is that George Lucas should not be let alone in an editing suite for more than 5 seconds, really, because if you look at things like where you reintroduced Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
We're not going to go there.
Not going to go
talked
down
about this. I mean, Craig, you know, we're talking about superheroes, I think. Or but King, please, go ahead. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying is George Lucas really lost it in terms of filmmaking and storytelling. And
you think he lost it with Kingdom Skulls?
No, he lost it way before then.
George Lucas is just not great. He's not great. I said it.
That was just the nuts on the ice cream sundae, as it were. Like that was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It was just awful all the way through. But going back to the superhero films, obviously the new Batman film's coming out in July, so. Yeah, that one looks completely awesome. I
hate Christian Bale, but like you know, he does a really good moody job as Bruce Wayne, and we're hoping. Well, I can't wait to see how they do the Nightfall version of Batman, because you know that's what this is supposed to be based upon. Did you read Nightfall?
Yeah, you see, you've kind of like hit upon my weak points in comic books and in that kind of Don't worry, I'm just making all my mental notes right now.
Don't worry, every time I say something, I hope to put a picture up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, I mean, and, you know, this might kill it for people. So, I mean, spoiler alert. You know, more than likely, I don't know it for a fact, but more than likely, Dark Knight Rises will be based upon Nightfall. So, if you want to be one of those people that go out and find the comics, is that Batman finally faces Bane as in the incarnation that he's supposed to be in. Now, we're not talking about the guy who was in Batman and Robin with Poison Ivy.
Oh, no.
I mean, that was a horrible version of Bane. But, you know, because Bane is supposed to be an intelligent equal to Batman. You know, that's how he was created. But all of a sudden, they just put him in a wrestler's body and made him like a big dumb bohunk in Batman and Robin. So, bringing in Tom Hardy, they hope to bring back that equal to Batman. But Bane actually does something very bad to the Bat, and which causes him to rise.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, the big rumour is he going to die or isn't he, kind of thing, because that's what the kind of thing that I've been reading about lately is that there's a lot of hints in the new trailer that this could be the very last that we see of Christian Bale's Batman. And
well, that's no hint, it's a fact. I mean, this will be the last Christian Bale Batman. It might be the last, one that Christopher Nolan does, but it won't be the last Batman. So, the interesting question is, who does Joseph Gordon-Levitt play in this movie? Now, he's supposed to be a cop, young, you know, I mean, you know, out of 3 Batmans, Christopher Nolan managed to avoid the whole Robin scenario, you know, but I mean, will Joseph Gordon-Levitt fulfill that role of the Robin in this movie?
I don't think so, because I think I read a while back that Christian Bale would actually hang up his Batcape if Robin even set foot on set. Like, so that's the thing, is that Christian Bale just doesn't.
Finally, he knows something I didn't hear.
Yeah, like the main thing is that this was hit upon like years before, where they were talking about sequels to Batman, and apparently Christian Bale just said we don't want a Robin character to come into this, and even Christopher Nolan has admitted that they're not going to go down the psychic role because this is early years Batman before Robin even sets foot into Gotham City, as it were, and they're kind of
interesting
into that. So
because Robin did destroy the Joel Schumacher Batman series. I mean, you know, but that could be because of Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, possibly. I mean,
do the recording of the show at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you know, so I was saying about the how Robin destroyed the Joel Schumacher Batman series.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, it's a shame because like when Joel Schumacher made the first Robin, I don't think it was Batman and Robin, was what was it, Batman Forever?
Batman Forever, yeah.
And what happened was the fact that like that was around in the 90s. Yeah, that was like in the 90s because Michael Keaton did his Batman in the 80s. But Tim Drake, you know, which was like kind of like the new updated Robin in the comics, you know, came out around that time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm trying to remember what his character's name was because it's even on the Arkham City. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and Tim Drake, well, he was Robin first. No, he is Robin, and Robin became Nightwing, Dick Grayson. But what I'm trying to say is that, so what DC, you know, really has to get behind is like saying, hey, look, we love the Batman movies, you know, and we'll keep doing these reboots, and because we're gonna move into the final one, which is Spider-Man. Yeah. But why not update the Batman mythos and bring in Tim Drake, you know, or to bring in Batman's new Robin, which is his son, Damien, excuse me, which is his son Damien, who's the son, Talia Al Ghul, which is Ra's al Ghul's daughter. He was in the first Batman. What was that called? Batman Begins? Yeah, Batman Begins. Yeah. So I mean, in that fashion, is that would have been good as well. So I mean, Christian Bale probably did put it in his contract, no Robins, but that would have been really an awesome thing to do, you know. But you know, hey, for somebody who takes over the Batman after this, because you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would be suggesting.
Okay, so obviously they've introduced. What's her name? The one who's playing Catwoman. It's gone out my head now.
Yeah, that girl.
She's been in pretty much everything.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So Anne Hathaway, she's been in pretty much every single kind of like TV comedy kind of thing. Like it just doesn't seem to be a great fit for Catwoman because I think it was Michelle Pfeiffer who played the original Catwoman who said Angelina Jolie would.
And we'll skip over Halle Berry like they skipped over Eartha Kitt.
Oh yeah. Well. In which case, that spin-off just did not work in the sakes of Catwoman. But at the same time, I'm just surprised that it wasn't Angelina Jolie or someone who could be much more.
Yeah, well, again, you have that problem with the female choices that you know these movie guys make because choosing Anne Hathaway is the same as choosing Natalie Portman for Thor. You know, when you're gonna put Anne Hathaway as Selena Kyle, the sexy, you know, cat burglar, up with Christian Bale. You know, if you're going to be like this 40-year-old man with this, like, late 20s, 30-year-old woman, then it's just going to have that May-December kind of thing to it, you know? I mean, like, most guys probably want that. But not yeah, well, exactly questionable. Not for TV, you know, not for film. No, you don't want that. So, let's move to our final film, you know, it seems like we're doing a superhero series, but, you know, are you looking forward to Andrew Garfield as the Amazing Spider-Man?
As the Amazing Spider-Man. I think Andrew Garfield will lay Tobey Maguire's rendition of Spider-Man to rest, definitely, especially after the third film. Yeah.
Godzilla vs. Baby.
Because this is a complete reinvention of the series. It's a completely new bad guy. It's a completely different universe that this one's based upon. I think this is based upon the
Based upon the Ultimate Spider-Man.
The Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah. So
Brian Bendis.
where his father has been working upon like a cure for cancer, obviously like that leads toward things like the Venom suits and things like that in the future.
Well, yeah, okay, that's not actually based on the Ultimate Spider-Man. It's a combination where it wasn't Brian Bendis, but it was somebody. This happened like in the 90s, whatever. That somebody decided rather smartly. I mean, that's what's great about comics and creations of comics and characters is that when the first writers created their characters, you know, the writers that